Well, hello, OB Joyful Church. Good to be with you today. I want to take you right into the beginning of 1 Peter once again, and we are reading Peter's introduction, and this is verse 1 and 2. We're going to be talking about sanctification today just for a moment. So let's set ourselves up. Peter's introduced himself, and then he is speaking to these exiles who are suffering for their faith. And then he says, this is all in verse 2, according to the foreknowledge of God, in the sanctification of the Spirit, for obedience to Jesus Christ and for the sprinkling with his blood. So what we've seen is Peter set this whole thing up in order to encourage these people. And he brings in this concrete theological information to give them a sense of security, to say, this is what you're standing on. So he introduces the Trinity, and then he talks about these different roles that they play. Not their complete roles, but part of what they do. And in this case, he attaches sanctification to the Spirit. And so this is part of the role of the Spirit, to work to execute the plans of God. The plan of God was to adopt us and bring it to redeem us. And now the Spirit is taking that process forward, because sanctification is something that is an ongoing process in the Christian life. Let me read to you from Philippians, another place Paul talks about this similarly. This is Philippians 1:6. And I am sure of this, that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ. So he's saying the Spirit is working in you to transform you. And that's one of the coolest things about Christianity, I think, is it's never finished. There's a process that's always happening. It doesn't mean we don't arrive at milestones and enjoy good things in our faith along the way. But what it does tell us about our walk with Jesus is that it's something that always has a new surprise around the corner. We're always growing. We're always learning. It never finishes, and we never can become bored with it, because the Spirit is always transforming us and moving us into a new place. We always have something to look forward to. And let me read you this also just a little later in Philippians 1. This is starting in verse 9. And it's my prayer that your love may abound more and more with knowledge and all discernment, so that you may approve what is excellent, be pure and blameless for the day of Christ, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ, to the glory and praise of God. This is just more about that process of sanctification. It's all good. It's all healthy. Sometimes it's hard, but it's drawing us more and more into producing fruit that comes from knowing him and walking with him. So my application for us is to really consider what the Spirit is doing in your life, in my life, towards sanctification. What are the things that are actually happening? Where am I seeing him at work? Could I even write down some places I see that fruit is being developed? Or maybe there's some places where the fruit is withering. Where do you see good change happening? And let's see what God's doing and jump on board with that in the transformation of our lives in the Spirit. So give that some thought. Hope you're doing well today, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.